Hello. Let me just tap that. Oh, it's a little bit dark in here. Hello, Michelle House here from Rich Living. Welcome to High Vibes at 5:55. Let's all get our high vibes on, people. How are you going this morning? It is Wacky Wednesday today, or Hump Day, whatever you prefer to call it. We like Wacky Wednesday here in the house. So today I wanted to share with you a little story about pleasure. Good morning. Hi, guys. I can see you all joining in. Hi. So here's the thing. I had this great conversation last night. I was invited to speak at an online meeting last night, online webinar last night, which was so much fun. So any of you that are joining in this morning, hello, lovely to see you. Now, I have so much fun when I do those things. I think it was 8 o'clock last night, went till 9, and then I was wide awake like this till 10 o'clock. And I've woken up this morning going, ah. Anyway, what got me thinking this morning was something that happened for me last night. And as I was typing in the topic for this morning, I went, there we go. I love it when that happens. So you would have heard me from time to time talk about limiting beliefs and self-doubt, and how in the Rich Living Academy, this is something that we work with a lot, our limiting beliefs and our self-doubt, because they're constantly coming up. They will always come up. They're never not going to come up, because we're going to have keep having events in our lives where things happen, we react a certain way based on our past, and then we've got to go and clean it up, right? So, hey, Debbie, nice to see you. So for me, last night we went out for dinner for my daughter's birthday, which is in a couple of days, but we had to go early. Isn't it crazy when you can't do something because everybody's all over the place? So we went out to dinner because we wanted to be really chilled and relaxed, and we went to this beautiful place at South Bank, a really lovely restaurant that we'd actually been to the week before, where we went to Aladdin. So remember last week we went to Aladdin? So I was sitting here in this restaurant, and I started to feel guilty. I could feel this guilt come up, and I just went, what am I feeling guilty about? That's really, really weird. And then I realized that I was feeling guilty about going out again. I was feeling guilty about, who do you think you are, going out to a fancy restaurant twice in a week? Who do you think you are? And the limiting beliefs and self-doubt started to come in. And I'm speedy enough now to see that and process it very quickly on the spot. Something like that in the past, I probably even wouldn't recognize it 6 months down the track, and I go, that's what that was. That's why I'm not living my life. Here's the thing. Our limiting beliefs and our self-doubt stop us from living. They actually stop us from living. So I was thinking as I was going through the little process that I go through in my mind and recognizing and seeing this belief around pleasure. So that's what it was. For me, it was guilty. You can't have too much of a good thing. And all of these phrases started to pop into my head. Who do you think you are? What about the poor people? All of those kinds of things. And I had to press the pause button and see, okay, so what's the opposite of guilt? What is the opposite of guilt in this situation for me? What is the opposite of guilt? And the opposite, because this is what we do, we flip it. I've got a hair on me, it's annoying. We flip it around. So the opposite at that moment for me was pleasure. And then I went, hey, hang on a second. There's that phrase, guilty pleasure. And then I started to break it down again, going, guilty pleasure, guilty pleasure, guilty pleasure. Where does that come from? Why do I do that? There is nothing guilty about what I'm doing right now. So in the past, when money was tight and when things were hard, I did nothing like that. Nothing like that. So all of those stories popped in there for a bit. And now that we are in a different position, allowing myself to feel pleasure. And I know that might sound a bit weird, but funny enough, you ladies that are watching that are in the academy, that was one of our focus points for the last new moon cycle, wasn't it? When we got to sacral, solar plexus, sacral chakra, I think it was all about pleasure. and not, and letting yourself have it. You know, I went to this beautiful, so in that moment, right? I can choose to sit in, oh my God, I better just have bread. I better have the small portion. What about if I just watch what everybody else is eating and I'll eat the leftovers? I could have gone there, right? Or, if I went there, the vibe is low. Straight away, the vibe is low. So then I'm starting to radiate low vibes. So watching everybody else eat their dinner going, that looks nice, wish I could have some of that. But, no, you can't have any pleasure. Or, instantly, flip it around. Oh, hello, Leroy. Flip it around and say something else and direct it to pleasure. Come and shake her up. Direct it to pleasure. She's pleasure. Oh, she look at the pleasure. Oh, he's such a lap cat. Flip it around to pleasure. So I was looking at, I ordered food. I was looking at my food and going, wow, this pasta is amazing. This pesto is so fresh. I'm so grateful for the farmer that grew the beautiful basil, that nurtured it. Grateful for the cycles of the moon that made the basil grow. I'm grateful. Then I was looking at everyone at the table and, I was gazing over at my daughter who's just about to turn 13. And I then was overwhelmed with gratitude. So the fear starts to dissipate. Overwhelmed with gratitude for, fuck, I'm lucky. I'm so fucking lucky. I have a beautiful 15-year-old daughter. I have a beautiful 13-year-old daughter. I have a beautiful 9-year-old boy. I have friends that have tried so hard and spent so much time and money trying to have children. And look at me. I have these beautiful children and these beautiful gifts in my life. So the guilt and that limiting belief then starts to break up into something that is positive and high-vibed. Now, there may be something else for me to go and emotionally cleanse there about that. But here's the thing about high vibes and positivity. Positivity and high vibes will change your life because you immediately are setting yourself down a different trajectory. You're not sitting in the gloom and the doom. And I'm not saying there's no emotional healing that you need to do. Maybe you need to go and see a psychologist. Maybe you need to see a psychiatrist. But instead of sitting in, I need to get some more help here. I need to work out why I always feel guilty. I need to work out why I don't like pleasure. You have the power to change it in that instant. And I tell you what, one little high vibes bubble is way better than another 3 hours of sitting in a gloom and doom bubble. So being positive and cultivating your positivity, which is what high vibes is all about, is we're cultivating it, we're nurturing it, we're letting it grow, we're expressing it. We are playing in that little positivity pit so that we can enhance our experience. Because what happened for me then was something that's a 2 to 3 hour experience, going out for dinner, could have been 2 to 3 hours of me sulking about fucking shit that wasn't even real anyway. Like, at this point in my life, it's not even real. But I could have sulked about not having enough money or overspending or being guilty about doing it twice in a week or all that stuff. Could have spent 2 to 3 hours sulking in that space or getting on with living my life from a joyful, free, vibrant, happy, pleasurable place. And I tell you what, I had the best time. So, Deb's saying needed this today. Awesome, thank you. Yeah, Rebecca's saying, I've never met a cat who doesn't allow pleasure in their day. Be like a cat. Leroy's, did you see him? I pick him up and he goes, don't touch me, I'm not ready for you, I'm not ready for you. I'll tell you when I'm ready for pleasure. Oh yeah, and Catherine's saying, I enjoy being good for the economy. That's another great one. I enjoy being good for the economy. Very good, love it, love it, love it. Yes, I understand. Awesome. Rant over. This is really weird because I was going to talk about something completely different this morning. Maybe I'll talk about that tomorrow. Remind me. It was going to be about toothbrushes. Ooh, That will have you thinking all day. Have an awesome day, ladies and fellas I know that are sitting there watching with your wives. Good morning. High vibes. See you tomorrow.